How's it going, guys? Chris back here again with another Historic Brawl video. Today we're checking out Yargle, Glutton of Urborg. And the reason for this is because Yargle stands alone. I was looking through a Copper Ghost giving me a free win against his Altopa deck too. I appreciate it. I was looking through the cards on Arena, right? And I looked at Yargle and I thought to myself, hey, wouldn't it be kind of cool to build like a vanilla creature tribal deck? That'd be kind of neat, right? And then I looked at the creatures for a vanilla commander and I'm like, Yargle, he's perfect. He's got everything I want in a vanilla creature. He's big and he's stupid. That's how it works, right? And long story short, I spent like 20 minutes looking for other vanilla creatures in black, and I couldn't find any. And I know they exist. Like, I know that there is another creature with an empty text box on Arena in mono black, right? Like, I know that exists. I'm not trying to claim that that doesn't exist, but there are just so many creatures on Arena, and the vast majority of them in this color have a text box. And the result of this search made me realize that Yargle kinda does just stand alone. He is the last vanilla creature. Of course, he's part of a partner pair for the upcoming War Across the Multiverse, right? Him and Multani, but let's ignore that for a moment. And just think about how much I also have a Kaya's Ghostform. And I have a zombie, which is vanilla, by the way. If I ever flip it, it will not be vanilla, but that's an odd amount of circumstances that have to go right for us to get that far. I wonder if I can supernatural strength my, No, I cannot. Okay. Well, I thought about it. A diabolic intent. What are you doing, opponent? I have been spacing out for most of this game, but what I see on your side of the board is a little alarming, if I'm being completely honest. So I'm just gonna keep this up. Yep. All right. Well, that's all I can draw for right now. Oop, better draw a card because that looks dangerous. Book of Vile Darkness and Yargle's Bloodfast. Name a more iconic duo. Yargle, Kaya's Ghostform. So Yargle, he just kind of stands alone. He's the last guy. While we were playing with our Uros and our Omnas and all our other really cool tech soup monsters, the vanilla creature kind of went extinct. They're kind of dead. And I don't know how I feel about this. I feel like I've woken up to an eternal truth of Magic the Gathering. And it was obvious in retrospect, right? Like, we haven't really seen a vanilla creature for a long time, but go Yargle. You got this, Yargle. Decline. My Yargle has returned. I love my Yargle. There are many Yargles out there, but there are none like this Yargle. He is the last of the vanilla creatures, which makes me sad. Because he doesn't deserve that title. Doesn't deserve that moniker. But he is the baseball bat with which we will attack our opponents with this episode. a lot of lands, opponent. I don't know what you're on about, but I'm gonna swing with my Yargle. Very cool. Okay, and I will pay 5 mana to draw a card. Huh, and I guess I'll kill that guy. Doesn't really seem like he needs to be doing anything. And you know what? For good measure, I'll draw a card. Our opponent might have the biggest bombs in the world, but we're not too worried about that at the moment. Return to hand. Okay. Elvish Reclaimer, back in action. Is he really the best we could have gotten, though? Or do you just have a land that you really like and want to see? So you're like, I gotta get my Elvish Reclaimer value going. You trying to flip something? I don't know what you're on about, mate. I don't know, and I'm a little scared if I'm being honest. Just a little bit. Let's draw a card. Go ahead and cycle opponent. Go ahead. I'm not too worried about you drawing cards. We'll do that. And we'll put it on black. We got some mana open. Let's make sure our opponent knows that Yargle is Yargling. And no amount of tomfoolery will save them from Yargle. We got the zombie boys as backup. We got Yargle on the front lines. Life is good. I don't see how it could get any better. We got a suite of artifacts and enchantments that are pretty neat. Pretty neat. Under its owners. Cancel. Yeah, no, I can't do anything about any of this. GG, all of my things. I did like you. But, our opponent was prepared. They were prepared. Let's see if they can remove Yargle, because we can protect Yargle. Just making bears, man. I should have done green, because I know there are a lot of textless green creatures. But what is, like, what would be the commander for that one? I mean, Gulta exists, but she's not textless, right? We got Gigantosaurus, but it's not legendary. It's gotta be a legendary green creature that's just big and exists, right? Yes, opponent. I see your triggers. They're very cool. I don't want my clock to disappear, though, if possible. Draw a card. And I guess that's it for us. Our opponent is nearly 25 cards ahead of us in 25 cards ahead of us in cards drawn. They also have the Toad as their card sleep, which I appreciate. This is game 1 too. Like we are chomping the bit, man. And they've even outgrown Yargle. That's kind of sad, man. Believed in you, Yargle. I did. Okay, well, we're dead. But Yargle lives. He can live to fight another day. We'll take the blow for him. He's good for it. GG. We're gonna go on to game 2. The myth, the legend of Yargle will live on. Finished up the quest with our last deck, so this one is actually just for fun, which is nice. It's good when there's no direction telling you where to go, because you can just do whatever you want, right? I guess you could just do that anyways, but there is a tangible benefit to completing quests and gaming the gold system for your own benefit. This seems okay. We have 2 mana into Mind Stone, or into Infernal Grasp, into Hero's Downfall, into Relic, into the best boy maker, Helm of the Host. We're up against Goshintai. I would have liked to have some of that protection that I had last game in my hand for this game, because Goshintai definitely can answer a vanilla creature. So we start by ramping. If we ramp hard enough, Yargle will come out on top. I know that much to be true. There's a protection spell. It's a little bit expensive though, so we could just Helm of the Host, leave up a removal spell, hope to draw some cards. Helm of the Host doesn't even leave up anything. That's the issue. This doesn't do anything either, but doing this is even less. Helm of the Host, I guess? If we draw 1 land, we can protect Yargle. And then it's just Helm of the Host to victory, which is not a bad plan. Not that competent of a plan either, but not a bad plan. We're going to start taking inklings of poison damage, which is a little worrying, all things considered. We have no defense. There is 1 creature in our deck. I probably should have mentioned that at some point, but there is only 1 creature in our deck. His name is Yargle, and he is the bestest of boys. And that's all there is to say about that, I guess. I don't know if that really is something that elicits more elaboration, you know? I don't think it does. Poison counter, very cool. Yeah, I don't want to lose Yargle. Destroy all non-dragons. Draw. Resolve. Decline. Okay, it's Yargle time. Yargle is protected from a few of the possible answers for him, right? Like, it's not perfect protection. Enchantment removal is exile based, right? So it still gets around our little Necrogenesis. Not Necrogenesis, it is Necrogen Communion. So like that still gets around it. A Wrath. That exiles like Farewell will get Yargle still. And then any of the exile-based removal like Swords to Plowshare. Ooh, well that's an interesting ideal. Are you just like an enchantment deck? Because if that's the case, my army of Yargles will just, yeah, God, we lose. GG, that's it. Oh, resolve. Decline. Okay, so we gotta hit him for 18 this turn. If we're allowed, we're not allowed though, so, you know. Just let it happen, opponent. I think we've been bested. They need a land or a shrine, and those two things should be fairly easy to find in their deck. I'd wager that about 60% of their deck is those two card types, which are required for the, wow, they didn't have it, what? Okay. You're gonna take 18 this turn, opponent. Has it worked? Has the Yargle plan bared fruits? We might just be at enough of a card draw advantage that we've actually got it. I doubt it, but we could be. Because they need 4 blockers if they don't interact this turn. If they interact, things get rough, right? So they need 3 for our Yargles, and then they need 1 for our removal spell. If they interact, well, that's 4 blockers. GG, me. Actually, it's just too expensive, that's the problem. So I can Blood on the Snow, remove the board. Find myself in the worst possible situation. If I had 11 mana, that deal would be worth it, but I don't. So that's sad. Rude. You really should have done that last turn, but yeah, it's just too expensive to do now. Because you let a Yargle happen. Decline. There is still more Yargle to be had, opponent. Resolve. Auto pay. Decline. Blood on the Snow's effect. Whoa! We spent 6. No, we didn't. Auto Tapper killed us. Auto Tapper, you killed us! So Yargle is in the graveyard now. And we're black deck, so we really should have a way to get him out of the graveyard, but we don't, because I built the deck around funny Yargle memes. Okay. Opponent. Resolve. Auto pay. The shrine is dead. We are limping along. Hand of Vecna. That Vecna is a creature that can win the game. That's possible. He's slightly worse than Yargle in power, but he is indestructible. You do have to assemble Tron to get him on the battlefield, though, and I feel like we're dead before that happens. I can't believe they only have 3 shrines. Or is it 3 other shrines? No, they have 4 shrines, so I don't know why they went from 3 to 6 when they should have gone from 3 to 7, because these 2 are shrines, and that's a shrine, and that's a shrine, so that's 4 shrines, right? Did they pay 1 life for something, and yeah, they did, because they paid for Screef's Hive. Okay, never mind. MTGA, your math is right as usual, but it doesn't mean I have to respect it. Autopay. Obnixless. Draw 2 cards. So there is a backup combo. So in lieu of Vecna, we could in lieu of Vecna, we could draw Peer into the Abyss and kill our opponent that way. Our opponent let their commander go to the graveyard in solidarity with us. That's kind of cool. Probably in solidarity. Probably not Abyss play. So they attack us and win. If they cast 5 enchantments, they lose. But, you know... Alright, there's 1 enchantment. Can you cast 4 more for me? 4 more enchantments, and I'm happy with that. Yeah, with the Catholic Crusade, it didn't really... Hey, there's 1. Alright, down to 3. Yeah, they have really not been on their game with their, Sanctum of Shatter Heights plays. Like, they could have used it to stop many of our shenanigans, but they chose not to. Yeah, no, I'm having fun with the Create mod recently for Minecraft, and I'm still a little bit lost on it, a little bit deer in the headlights. And there's just a part of my mind while I'm running through the Yargle gauntlet is trying to figure out how all of those pieces fit together, and it's just a little nagging feeling in the back of my head that occasionally is popping up, because I know how to generate rotational power now, and that's cool, but I don't really know how to use it, and that's, I assume, part of the reason why you would generate it is because there is some use for it, right? Well, that's a bit of an odd choice. Assassin's Ink. Not a card I thought I'd see, but I have a lot of enchantments and artifacts, and it could be cheap. It could be. You know, there's a possibility. It's distinct, likely, and somewhat probable. I don't know, the commentary has gone downhill, and it didn't really start out very high to begin with, but we are playing the bestest of boys, so I don't know what I expected as the outcome. What you doing, opponent? Very neat. Counter that, though. Yeah, I'm not particularly interested in Mr. Gold Warden doing a thing, because he is a bit scary when he does his thing, and I don't really like it when that happens. Scary things are cool until they happen to me, and then they're scary and undesirable, I guess would be the best way to describe it. Although, I do think that misses out on some of the available context. But then again, based off the subject matter of the conversation, I guess we didn't really have any context to begin with. Now to say, we're looking at a bit of lunacy and trying to ascertain meaning in it, and it's just pointless. Opponent, on the other hand, is making a great point of casting their commander, which is always good to see. We have two tutors. When you have two tutors, what you really need to do is search up a combo, basically. So we go for the risky tutor first. And then we make sure. So we have a peer into the abyss. That's necessary. And do we have an underworld? Dreams? So I'm not seeing it. Did we exile Obnixilis as well? Well, we actually have the underworld dreams. So our goal is just to not die, basically. Get to 7 mana, don't die. We can win one with Yargle. We will be winning with Yargle by not casting Yargle, which is not really how you're supposed to do it. Jokadine is scary, man. Seven mana achieved. Yeah, there is no white mana. So we could have just tutored. But this is a deck that would have Embercleave, right? Like 3 attackers is probably pretty bad. Oh. Unattached equipment. Yeah, no, that's what that ability does. Neat. I don't know what Mr. Resek was doing. It was cool they did something neat. Well, that's kind of neat. I may have found a new favorite word in the last 7 seconds, because I'm saying it an awful lot, and that is problematic. Yeah, so we go for the combo win. Very little can stop us at this point. I am sorry, Yargle. You were the best of us. Our Helm of the Host plan didn't pan out, but we did manage to win with a vanilla commander, so that's good. This is 8 damage, though. Rude. I don't want to die. So 2 more power and they win which is a distinct possibility. Wouldn't put it past him, honestly. Ouch. Take 2 damage. Or 8 damage. Man, I was gonna meme it and put supernatural strength on that, but that would have killed me. Still can. No, it couldn't. Never mind. Whew. Hello, opponent. Would you like to draw 40 cards? You don't have a choice in the matter, though, so. So, negative 31. Pretty good. Yargle, the last vanilla. He did okay. Either way, thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy, remember to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you next time around. Bye for now.